Oh,
I'm a little bit late this morning because I've been struggling a little bit.
Welcome to the Coffee Morning Crew meetup. And as usual, we've got the boss man. I'm a little bit late this morning because I've been struggling a little bit. Welcome to the Coffee Morning Crew meetup. And as usual, we've got the boss man. I'm a little bit late this morning.
No, it's not me.
I know, I'm trying to. It's my phone. My phone. Hello, Emily.
Hi, Emily and the Midnight Raven. As I was saying before, I've struggled a little bit with my hay fever this morning. As you can tell, I'm really, really, really bunged up. My eyes are streaming. So, sort of, I was a bit slow on the uptake, sort of doing my jobs and everything. Hi, Eris, how are you? So yes, hence the lateness. It's only half an hour. Plus, I've done a boo-boo. I've been trying to get hold of Chris, actually.
What have you done or not done?
Well, because he was going to college today, they were getting a minibus, but he'd got to have his bus fare to school. Now, Callum were worrying this morning because he hadn't got his uniform on. The bus driver might want to charge, you know how big he is. The bus driver might want to charge him full price. So Chris actually gave him some extra money. But I came in here earlier on and I thought, oh crap, his dinner money's still on the, his bus money's still on the table. So I've been trying to get in touch with Chris, see how much extra he gave him, and has he got enough to get back home, or has he? Because see, at the school where he goes. Sorry, this is how my mind is at the moment. They've like got, let's say, kids go to school and they lose their money, they can go and borrow some off the school.
Yeah.
So I might have to ring school up in a bit because I tried ringing Chris. He's in a meeting.
Oh, typical Chris. Has to be out of, you know.
So I've been trying to get in touch with him to see how much he gave him. And, you know, if he only sort of gave him an extra £1 or so. Because, you see, they've got like a card. It proves that he's in school and everything. But somebody's either pinched it or he's lost it.
Yeah.
So he hasn't got this card to actually prove how old he is when he gets on the bus. So from here to his school, it's like 80p. So I don't know how much extra he gave him or whether he gave him the whole amount or what. So that's why I've been trying to get in touch with Chris. So if he gave him the whole amount, then we're okay. But if he hadn't, he's got to go to the school office when he gets back to school to borrow some money to get home. Do you want an invite up, Crimson, or not?
You're still half asleep at 5:30. Well, I'm not surprised. It's 5:30 a.m.
I'm going to say I was still half asleep at 6 o'clock when the alarm went off. So, I mean, it's no...
Hello, Ian.
Hi, Ian. How are you? All bright and bushy-tailed, I hope, because I certainly ain't.
I'm not either. Managed to get hold of some medication for me that I've started to take, and it's stronger sort of pain relief, and it's helping, but it does make you a bit sort of spaced out and drowsy.
Oh, I'm on all sorts, boss man, but that's another thing I've been struggling as well with these past couple of days. Normally, when it's like this, when it's nice, when it's sunny, I don't suffer as much with the pain, be it being arthritis. But for some reason, I've got like a pain here in my collarbone, but I have had a lot of trouble with this shoulder. As you know, my hand keeps swelling up, and now my knee's playing up as well.
Should we just send you to the knacker's yard, or
yeah, or you know, the $6 million woman? I mean, I could do a rebuilding actually.
No, because the medication that someone's given me, they've given me some morphine derivative tablets, which I wouldn't be able to get from the GP myself. So and they can't take them. So I've got those. So they hope so. Hopefully, so far they're going to help. But it'll take a few days for it to properly work. But just taken 2 so far every 12 hours. So
well, you see, I'm on the tramadol.
They do nothing for me. I can take loads of them. They do.
I don't like taking them during the day because they sort of make me sleepy. So if I'm struggling at night time, I take one before I go to bed.
I can even take stronger than the dose than they recommend, and they don't send me to sleep. I can take loads of tramadol. They do nothing for me.
But you know, because of the shoulder pain, I'll just show you.
Hi, Jelly Duck.
They give me gabapentin.
Oh yeah, because they did try me on that. It's a blocker more than anything. It's a pain.
But you see, what tends to happen is when I get the pain in my shoulder, they also gave me some cream, like an anti-inflammatory cream, because when the pain in my shoulder starts, I get right from here, right over the back of my neck to my other shoulder. It's very tender and it does get warm. Now they said that's like the inflammation of the muscles,
yeah,
in my shoulders, etc. So they gave me like gabapentin, which is just 100 micrograms. Now they've given me these, which is like triple the dose, which is like 300.
Yeah,
but they do tend to make me feel sleepy as well. I'm just going to send Bella an invite.
do you want me to do it, or are you going to do it?
No, I can do it.
And this time, because hopefully, because last night YouTube was playing up big time, signing people in and out.
Oh yeah, Chris, we're having no end of problem. Yeah, I were in the chat and it didn't affect me. It just looked like it was affecting people on the panel.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Because funny thing is, after it came out of yours, he tried to give Keith a ring.
Yeah.
But he was still having trouble signing in.
Here she is. Good morning, Bella Boo. Not Bella Boo, that's my dog, Bella.
Good morning.
Well, she does. Gail calls her Bella Bing Bong.
I hear you're doing a naked video on Friday.
What?
That's what it says on the Facebook group. You're doing a naked video or something. Makeup, naked.
It's a palette, a makeup palette called Naked.
Yeah, no, it's Bella in the nude. Bella's doing.
Well, you know what Facebook's like, Bella. Everybody probably think you're going to do it naked.
No, and everybody in my beauty group will know what I'm talking about.
Obviously, we know you're not really doing it naked, but we had to make the joke.
There's an eyeshadow palette called Naked Heat. It's like all reds and flame colours and all that.
Well, no, that's what she wants us to believe. She's going to be naked from the waist down. We're not going to see her.
But for us, that's not in the know, Bella. Oh, is Baz there?
He's sitting over there, yeah.
Yeah, well, tell him to go and look on the group, and I've put a comment.
I know he's so we've been killing ourselves alone.
Hi, Obama. Yeah. Well, you see, the reason is because I only go on Facebook on my computer in the morning. Now, I'm limited to what I can do on my phone. So I actually accepted him when he sent the request in on my phone, but I was limited to what I could do. So when I saw that this morning, I thought, right, you little git.
And I said in a comment, how are we going to cope with 2 Barrys on there now?
Put them in our group. And then Chris said, can't we ban him?
But yeah, so it sort of only gives you the option to welcome your new people to the group. And I can only do it on, well, the thing is, like on the laptop, what I'm using today, Keith had requested, could I sort of put his all his videos on autoplay because he wants to build his He's only like 9,000, I think, minutes away from the monetization thing. So he says, oh, I've got when Chris was on the Hangouts with him last night, he says, oh, I've got, so I put it on last night, the laptop, on autoplay. So I thought to myself, pardon?
Means one comes on after the other, doesn't
it?
Yeah.
So I did that on the laptop last night, and I only sort of check the group, etc., and any comments I've got to catch up on my desktop.
Just spotted something, Crimson. No, it's not. No, Bella's naked thing isn't clickbait. It's chick bait, not chick bait.
You should know what it is out there.
My little world. But I mean, as the title suggests, My Little World. Welcome to the Coffee Morning Crew. We are a community. We meet every morning for a coffee morning. We interact with each other. Hiya, Paul. How are you? It's good to see you. So sort of just a little warning, My Little World. Do please interact with the chat. So I went on it this morning. I thought, right, this will shut him up.
We were killing ourselves and laughing when we saw it.
So I put a message underneath. I says something like, "There you go, Baz. Now, will you stop moaning?" Because he'd like put one under the thing. I've got a complaint. I have not been welcomed to the group. Yeah. Oh dear. I thought, well, I only added him yesterday afternoon.
We were scaring ourselves along.
Oh dear. Well, I had to laugh, and I thought, well, I just couldn't help myself, like putting that. Well, will this shut you up now, Baz? Stop moaning. Oh dear.
That was funny. And Adam put, we've already got one of them.
Yeah, double the trouble.
And then Chris, we found it.
So that I was just saying to Adam, I'm struggling a little bit with hay fever this morning. I'm bunged up, my eyes are streaming, and I've been trying to get in touch with Chris.
Oh, can't you get in touch with him, man? You got his mobile.
He's in a meeting, he says. He messaged me. He says, "Are you tried ringing me?" He says, because I've actually got his works phone number. Now, that isn't for personal calls, but I thought, well, if he's going to answer it, he'll answer,
Yeah.
Because obviously when the Hoover and everything's going, hi, Kelly, how are you? When the Hoover and everything's going, he don't always hear it, but more often than not, he always answers his work phone.
Yeah.
So, obviously, it's his visit to the college today, but he got to go to school first, and then they was taking him on the minibus. Now, Chris will give me like his dinner money and his bus money and everything the night before, so it was on my table.
Yeah.
Well, I've had to make him sandwiches because they only get half an hour for dinner. Anyway, Callum were panicking this morning because they don't have to wear the uniform or anything. And he's a big lad. He were panicking because he thought the bus driver might question him about his age.
Yeah.
So Chris gave him some extra money, put it in his wallet because he's got a wallet. So I, doing what I was doing this morning, came in and I thought, oh crap, his bus money was still on the table. So I was sort of trying to get in touch with Chris to say how much he'd give him this morning. It's all right him getting there, but if he ain't got the money to get back.
Yeah.
But I was just saying to Adam, they do like a thing. I mean, it just got to go to the office and they can they can lend him £1, if you know what I mean.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And basically it'd give it to him back tomorrow.
I was looking at Chris's drone films.
Shut up, you. Your YouTube's tonight.
I was looking at Chris's Drones films, and Sheffield and that.
Yeah.
Ain't that where they filmed the Full Monty?
Yes.
Yes, it was. I thought it was.
You know, the Working Men's Club where they actually did the Full Monty.
Yeah.
It's not all that far away from here.
Oh.
I bet you go there waiting to watch them, don't you, Jeanette? Full Monty.
But I tell you what else was filmed in Sheffield as well, and where that was filmed, Bella, is about 5 minutes up the road. I'm trying to think what it was called. It were about a group of ladies that did Ann Summers parties.
Oh, yes, I do know what you mean.
And
I
that
don't know the name of it either.
Yeah, that Angela Griffin was in it. Well, that was actually filmed just about 5 minutes up the road from where we live, and the pub that's featured in it, that is just up the road as well. About 2 or 3 minutes in car, the actual pub.
I've never been to Sheffield.
Brief Encounters, that's what it were called, Emily says.
Yeah.
I remember. That wasn't long ago either, was it?
No, it isn't all that long ago. I just couldn't remember what it was called. And it's like a group of ladies that start selling Ann Summers, doing Ann Summers parties. Well, funnily enough, where that's filmed, the pub and everything is just up the road.
You want Wizzo? You go for Wizzo? Come on.
I was in the dog. She wants a Wizzo now.
That's what it said.
The Wizzy Woo.
Yeah, I watched every episode, Emily, but I just couldn't fit life on me think what it was called. And him that played Robert in Emmerdale was in it as well.
Oh, was it?
Him that used to play Robert.
Oh, on your bed. Go on your bed, Max.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. You know, and yeah, same as I say, that pub and the function room and everything where they filmed, you know, the things, that is like, well, it's up on a place called Gleadless. I mean, the place itself is a right, you know, crap hole, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's where it was filmed. So
I'm not very good at geography and knowing places. Is Keith further up the country than you, or further down?
He's more sort of that way, if you know what I mean.
Side.
Is it to the right or to the left?
I'm useless, honestly.
He's about, well, put it this way, where Keith lives, it's actually just up the road from Skegness.
Oh, right.
It's not, it's like a 10-minute, 15-minute journey into Skegness and Mablethorpe from where Keith lives.
Am I right in thinking, Emily, if you're still there, that your friend Steph has just uploaded a video 8 minutes ago, a photo booth kit, and you're in it as well?
Oh, 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
Oh, I love that programme.
It's being filmed again in Runcorn.
Oh, yeah.
They're filming it again. Are they going to do some more 2 pints of lager? I love that show.
And DJ Ian says Keith is Skegness. Well, same as I've just said. I mean, he's actually, where he lives is Cleethorpes, but it's well, same as I say, within throwing distance of Skegness and Mablethorpe.
Well, Runcorn is near me and Ian.
But yeah, I mean, where Cleethorpes is actually classed as Lincolnshire, if you know what I mean.
We're Cheshire.
All snobs live in Cheshire.
Not that part of bloody Cheshire either.
Well, apart from you and Bella, that is. Oh, and of course, DJ Ian. You three are the exceptions. Oh,
it's it's not. It's nice. I mean, it's a nice area. It's a nice estate. It's a very nice estate. But no, it's not at all. Nobody's.
Well, I think it's same as everywhere else, Bella. You get the nice areas and then you've got the rough areas. Now, as I was Cheshire, darling.
The rough areas where the other Barry lives.
But yeah, so as I say, it's like Sheffield. It could be nice, but when I was referring to the estate where that, what's it, Brief Encounters, where it's as rough as ours, as I tell you. Well, I'll sort of recap on a story. We hadn't been moved here long, so we've been here 2 years. So it were like sort of about a year ago. They were like a news flash. Well, this were up on that estate, Cleedless. A fella had had a domestic with his missus.
Oh, shut up.
So she like threw him out, and don't ask me, but he'd gone and got an axe, and he were trying to get in with his axe. So she phoned the police. The police came, and he attacked 2 police officers with his axe. Oh. Now it nearly severed one of these policemen's fingers off.
Baz just said it was on the news.
Yeah, and he ended up, when he did that to the 2 police officers, he did a runner and he went into across the road from this certain block of flats. There's like a co-op and like a little mini like shopping thing where they've got not farm foods, Erin.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
There's 1 or 2 like they were an hardware shop and things like. He actually went into the co-op and he were doing crazy dancing co-op.
I remember this story. It rings a bell. Oh, so that was near you.
That and funnily enough, when we first moved here, I mean, we didn't know the area. We didn't know Asda was just down the road, and we used to go in that co-op. But yeah, it went all.
I know round here, and it's the same when I was at home down south. They seem to have, because their house is housing association.
Yeah.
A lot of the estate has to be let out to council. It's like a law thing.
Well, it's like round here as well, Bella. You see, this house that we rent off the company that Chris works for. Yeah. Now, this whole estate is sort of a mixture of council property and
housing association.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not an housing association. It's actually the company that Chris works for. Now, like them next door, Ivy next door, and I think all this row is owned by Chris's company.
Right.
So, but you see, sort of, the landscapers come and cut my hedge yesterday.
Well, you trimmed your bush then, so
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've got a nice bush now. It were all overgrown before, but it's all nice and tidy now.
So come and done it.
Oh yeah, they come. It were a bit of a. I shouldn't be saying this, you know.
Oh right.
It sort of weren't official.
Oh right.
See, us as tenants, that's our department, if you know what I mean. We have to, you know, we have to maintain the gardens and everything. They do the, you know, because there's a lot of grass verges and whatever around it. They just do the grass verges and tidy the leaves.
The same here, exactly.
Yeah, but you see, sort of 1 week council might come and do their bits because they've got certain bits that the landscapers have to do, and then council might come week after and do what their bits, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a tree outside our house. It's lovely, but it's huge. It's
actually... Well, you see, funny thing is, Bella, we've got about 3 sort of like where I'm sitting now. You can see them, but when it's autumn, it's absolutely horrendous.
That's what we. As it is in the spring, all the blossom flies up the hall, And in autumn, all my hall, I have to sweep it about 3 times a day.
Oh, we'll say we're not bad, but you see, from our house, we've got like about 3 steps that go down onto the footpath. Now, you imagine me in the autumn, if them leaves is wet, and Chris has complained about it no end of times. Yeah. But you see, what they tend to do is, and this is a crocker, what's it? They just blow them into a pile.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do here. Exactly the same.
And what we've been told is they just have to tidy up, but it's the council's job to come and collect them.
Oh, how pathetic.
I know, and I say it's a crock of shit, basically.
Yeah.
You know, because you get a gust of wind or a bit of rain or whatever, and they're just as bad as when they come and blow them together.
I know.
Or you get animals or birds or whatever moving them and rolling in them and making them worse.
You know, I mean, Chris has complained many, many, many times because when them leaves is wet and I'm not steady on my feet anyway.
I'm not, yeah.
If I go out,
yeah,
and he said, look, he says, my missus is disabled. He says, anybody that is able-bodied could easily slip on them leaves. He says, let alone somebody that's disabled.
Yeah, I don't go out, do I? We got things for the bottom of my shoes, like grips. You know, they're like elastic things, and you put them on the bottom of your shoes, and they grip. But I'm still scared.
Yeah, you see, this is why as well. If it snows, I stay indoors because I am, you know, same as Chris says, I'm not steady on my feet anyway. So to sort of put the added pressure of going out in snow, I mean, I would if it were necessary, if you know what I mean, but only as a necessity.
Yeah, no, same as me. I don't go out in it because I'm sure to embarrass myself. I'll go out legs akimbo.
Well, this is it. This is it. I mean, I could do that in house, Bella, let alone going outside.
Well, I didn't I, the other day? Oh.
You know, but as you've seen from Pixie's drone footage, Sheffield is in the countryside. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it's beautiful you know, but there is some, you know, bad areas as we call them.
Yeah, down up here where we are, and down south when I was down there, but it seemed to put.
Troubles here.
Yeah, it's Cheshire, darling.
The sort of drug addicts and non-payers and all that, they seem to put them together.
Well, you see, this is the thing, Bella, where we lived before, we lived in the Masonette. Now, that old estate where, you know, you could go out onto your patio and you could smell it in air. Yeah. You know, until I'd moved there, I'd never even smelt, you know, weed or anything.
Hello, Ian.
Hiya, Ian.
Hello.
But, you know, so to where we lived previously, I used to go out and keep saying, there's a funny smell. And Chris will say, well, you know what that is, don't you? And I kept saying, no, I hadn't got a clue. It says it's somebody smoking weed. I says, oh, you know, it makes sense now. And we couldn't wait to get out of there, Bella.
Mm.
There were all sorts of trouble, you know, all the times we've sort of stood at bedroom window, and then there were a bloke round our car shooting at his missus with one of these BB guns. I thought it were a real gun. And then one Sunday morning, there were a group of, you know, coloured people. They were bloody throwing shoes and everything at each other, and it was something to do with not going to church or going to church somewhere.
And we thought Orford was rough, didn't we, Bella?
Oh, Ian, you don't, same as I say, I'd sort of not witnessed stuff like that until I come to Sheffield, I tell you.
Yeah.
Orford's a lovely place to live in. It's just around the corner from me and Bella.
But you know,
right, I can walk to Orford from it. Do you know this? Do you know the Orford area?
I know like the parts of Orford. I'm not a massive fan of it.
I'm in Padgate.
Padgate, sir. Are you by the station?
Not far.
Yeah, you know the community centre by right next to the station. I done a gig in there a couple of weeks ago for a girl. What was her name? Natalie Guest. She hit 100,000 subscribers.
Oh.
So she's Pad Case. I done a gig for her. That was I think last month or the month before was one of them.
Well, I'm going to tell you a story. There was something came up on my, like how it comes up with videos to watch and everything, or suggested videos. Somebody called Demi Donnelly or something.
Oh,
well, I was sort of I was watching it, and Chris says, "Is that Demi Donnelly?" I says, "Yeah." He says, "Well, funnily enough," he says, "she supported me and I supported her when she got below 1,000 supporters."
I'm still subscribed to her. I've been subscribed to her for a long time. But she was good to begin with, but she's coming up with some weird stuff. Not weird.
Yeah, but she's from what I can gather, she's all about the drama.
She is now. She never used to be. She never used to be about.
This is the thing, Bella. She's got over 51k supporters.
Get in.
Hi, Chiri. How are you?
People like drama, I'm sure.
So, talking of drama, do you see my message on Facebook?
I don't know whether I have or not. Is it in the group or is it?
It's your personal to you.
I'll have to have a look because, as I say,
You'll never guess who's got in touch. You'll never guess.
Oh yeah.
Go on, then tell me.
Oh, hello, Cheery.
I'll give you the clue. She blocked us all.
What? She blocked? She got in touch with you?
Yeah. Last night, something was going on last night, and I was talking to Vicky,
lie down.
And Vicky
lie down.
did the same as what I did. Went in for a nosy, and we just hovered.
I sort of went in briefly. Talking the person that shall not be named.
Yes.
Yes, I sort of briefly went in because Chris was on Hangouts with Keith, and Keith actually went in to see if he were blocked or not.
Yeah, well, there was all that. That's why I went in for a nosy just to see what was being said, because of obviously stuff that had been happening on James Cox's site, to find out that half of them were actually on his live stream. What,
James's?
On the other one.
Oh, yeah. Well, what's good for goose is good for gander, and that's what I say.
Yeah, but it just makes you laugh that all the hassle the night before was just over nothing then, wasn't it? So they all seem to be inbred.
Something really funny that happened from my live stream. A couple of people went over to He Who Shall Not Be Named's live stream, and then they came back and said, "Yeah, he's a complete and utter W."
So yeah, but then I've had messages this morning from people, or from her anyway.
Hi, Jason.
I have sent Jason the link if he wants to join us.
But yeah, you see, Keith says, "Oh, I'm just going to see if it'll let me put something in the chat, see if I've been blocked." And he actually sort of greeted him.
Oh.
And the other person was on as well.
Oh, you did.
Morning.
Hello.
Morning, Kate.
I feel awful today.
I were exactly the same. This is why I only went live at 10:30 because I couldn't stop my nose running. I were all bunged up.
Oh, God.
I was going to be nice, Kate, but it looks like you've been on the town last night, to be honest.
I wish that was an excuse. Oh, yeah, you want to...
Hello, Trouble.
Oh, she's got a Minnie Mouse outfit on, has she?
Oh, she's naked, but she's got a bow on. And she did have the costume on. She just decided, you know what, Mum, no, I'm just going to go all about the buff today. All right, thank you, honey. I'll hold it for you.
You know, I mean, I forgot what the title was last night or something. He got to lose the the title or something. But funny thing is, that BDT was in there, and he says, "Oh, I've not come to cause trouble." He says, but then somebody else sort of gave him a bit of advice. He says, "You know, don't you think your title's a bit of a mouthful? Why don't you just, you know?"
Yeah.
I was leaving that up there, to be honest with you, Adam.
Well, you don't really want the N words plastered all over Jeanette's thing, do you?
Yeah, no, true. But I was waiting for Jeanette to see it.
Well, she can look at it if she click it.
I have looked at it.
Because that person came into our live streams the other day and was
Yeah.
causing problems. So,
Hello.
morning, Jace.
Howdy doody.
Hi, Jason.
Hello. How are people?
You don't want to know what it said, Bella.
What is it on? Let me find it. What's it on?
It's in the chat.
In what chat?
The YouTube chat.
Well, actually, I'm going to go one step further.
Ooh, Jeanette's getting a wrench out today.
Yeah.
Now he's on the naughty step as well.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Is this
Well, I've kicked him out. I've done more than timed him out.
What's he?
is this a
All right, Dawes. So
Yeah,
is this a case of push your part of the I am a creator thing?
I don't know.
Was it your chat, Ian, she's talking about?
No, it was on this chat now, right here.
In the chat.
You can't see it now because it's been hidden.
yeah?
Well, Bella's got a wrench, so she might be able to see it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
Go to YouTube.
A name called
What's called Fred Jones?
Fred James. Only
YouTube.
Go to your live stream.
2 up since then.
Hi, Dr. Outdoors.
Have we got a lot of handbags at dawn scenarios again?
Whoever's live stream it is.
Oh, you always get handbags and glad rags around at this time of the year.
Hi, Mr. Dutchy Dutch. How are you?
Hi, Dutchy Dutch. Hello.
All right.
Pass the Dutchy on the left-hand side. I said, pass the Dutchy on the left-hand side.
Believe it or not, Adam, right? I used to actually put them on stage in Butlins.
Oh, did you? Musical Youth. Excellent.
Were you? Yeah.
You know what? You know what that song was originally about, don't you? They changed the lyrics for it.
One of them was arrested not so long ago.
Really?
One of them
It
in
was-
jail.
No, it was all about it was all about initially the what should we say, the magic cigarettes.
I was going to say, I think it was
What about the gambler?
them sort of cigarettes that Bella's friends ran in around when she were in the band.
No, it was apparently it was originally past the doobie by the left hand side.
Yeah.
I believe-
There is only one true troll, and that's our friend Trollbuster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Dutcher said that. Yeah, that's right. And one of them is dead too as well.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it was, I think there's only one of them actually left out of the original band of it. I think it works out because they were at Skeggy last year, the year before. And I got talking to somebody. And somebody said there was like one of them that was like left, which was the original.
It's like, you know, where are they now? Dead.
One's dead, one's in prison, and one's hiding.
It's sad though in a way, isn't it?
Yes, very.
Yeah, well, it's like you
Last night I got called insensitive.
Last night.
Yeah, I got called insensitive. I'm part of this Xbox community.
Yeah, you definitely insensitive to being an Xbox.
Yeah, I'm really into my Xbox. And
I'm in the Xbox. I'm in the Xbox community.
yeah,
Not the Xbox, I'm in the Xbox.
we were playing this game for months called Neverwinter, and we started playing Fortnite and sort of disappeared off Neverwinter. So we're sitting playing Neverwinter with this guy, Hans, you called him, and everything was fine. Hans is our leader. He gets us through the missions and keeps us all focused, right? So Hans wasn't on last night, and I was like, he's on every night. Why is he not on? So anyway, everybody started like inquiring. The people from America that are friends with him started ringing his family and stuff, and turned out he passed away, and none of us knew. And I didn't realize whenever I opened my gob, and I was like, he hasn't helped us finish that level yet, and I didn't mean it to come out like that. But you know, he was a really great help.
Cheery Giggle says she's over at Elise's stream and says hi.
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 Cheery Giggles on Elise's and says, Elise says hi.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't. He was a good guy. Like, I just didn't realize whenever I spoke, and he did, like, you know, be a bit more considerate.
Going back a couple of sections to he who shall not be named. You know, it's a good morning today, but on the panel we had a good morning. We also had someone else who betrayed loads of us.
I can't believe I've just been called what I've just been called.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you a nice
As far as I'm concerned, it's done. You know, I've got better things to think about than any of them lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have never been subscribed to Who Shall Not Be Named, and I never will.
I never have. But it felt he had to come in my live stream, and that's why I banned him. So
no, I've never been subscribed.
So how are you?
More about Trollbuster.
Hey, I found out who the Trollbuster is last night.
Oh, you figured it out, did you?
Dead easy, isn't it, really, when you look back on it?
Oh, of course it is. If you actually know who it is and the clues and everything, then of course it's...
Didn't you manage to work it out then, Ella?
I've got a couple that I think, I'm not definite. I've got an area, a definite area.
Well, you've got an area. Well, that's
The biggest one was the bungee jump.
And I think the first clues about the Star Wars and the public health films. Was it public health films?
Yeah.
I can
obviously it says in the rules if you figure it out, you ain't got to say anything.
Oh, yeah. I won't say anything. But I can see that connection as well. It's just putting them two together.
Well, Raven's just said, yeah, I've had no trouble since I told them where to go. Well, you see, this is the thing. You know, up until sort of that one coming in earlier on, I've never had no trouble. But that wasn't sort of aimed at me for some reason. It was aimed at DJ Ian.
Yeah.
Well, you know, my two, as in Kira and Kelly, I thought they were gone until I was going through my subscriptions last night, and I was on the Big Red Bears channel, and they were commenting underneath his video. They didn't seem to turn on him. But Kelly or Kira said, "Oh, my mum called you a pedo, LOL, all in the name of fun." And it's like,
well, you don't call that.
No, in the name of
that. In the
not
name
funny.
Yeah. You know, it's not funny to call anybody that.
Exactly. Now, unfortunately for me, I caught the live after it was live. But had I have been in there when she was in there, I would have ripped her head off.
Yeah. I mean, this is no word of a lie. I mean, as you know, I watched this 24 hours in police custody. Now, that was all to do with that. And I'm telling you, It was absolutely disgusting. You know, and to call somebody that.
Oh no.
Bella, just let your Barry know that I've just accepted him.
I know, I've been seeing it.
And he keeps asking, are you on your own today? Yes, unfortunately, Keith is on his own today.
Yeah. By the way, it's nice to see Ian in the flesh.
Yes.
Thank you.
Why do you want to see Ian? Why do you want to see Ian in the flesh?
But only from the head up, that's fine.
I was going to say, Mrs. P has seen me in the flesh.
I'm going to say I've seen the old caboodle.
You realise Ian?
I'll butter you a scone or something, love.
Yeah, Mr. Dutchy Dutch says, why do people make you two, Charles, to start trouble? Because
they've got nothing better to do.
They're just shadows and got. I look at it this way. I mean, everybody that's on the panel, everybody that's in the chat, we come together every morning.
We do?
You know, yeah, we do occasionally talk about serious subjects, but more often than not, we sit here, we have a laugh, and you know.
Listen to my daughter screaming.
Can I be quite rude?
No.
Do you know what? My child is literally coming in here like one of those abandoned kid adverts. Swear right now, let me just go through what she's had today. She's had a bowl of Cheerios, she's had jam on toast, and she's had my jam on toast that I couldn't eat, right? And she's just came dandering in here with a box of cereal with her hand in it, just helping herself, scoffing out of the box like some wee orphan that hasn't been fed.
Did you see that comment by Keith?
Oh, you're coming down to Sittingbourne tomorrow. So when do you fancy trying to hook up then, Mr. Eagle?
What he did say is there till Tuesday. So, but, you know,
if there's any chance we could maybe meet up on Monday, because then you can help me walk Max.
And Mr. Dutchy Dutch says it's just really silly, though, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, this is what we're saying. I mean, I Angels. We don't do drama. We don't, you know, we like to come here. We like, you know, we all gather as a community, have a laugh, have a joke. Yeah, we do sort of get onto some serious subjects sometimes. You know what I mean?
Well, talking of serious subjects, we did try to tackle a couple of serious subjects in my live stream last night, but it didn't end up work out really, didn't it, Jason?
It never does, mate, really.
I know. But before Jason turned up, there was one topic that was very interesting that I'm going to divulge in the future live stream.
Oh, right. I don't know what that was then.
Gender.
Who?
Gender.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's a whole kettle of fish that's a big thing at the moment.
It is.
And Keith, yes, I'm on my own today. She's in work. That's place for her.
Hold on, Adam, what did you say like 2 seconds ago? Or he's gone. He said something is a serious subject. What was the subject he said was serious?
Gender.
Oh. All right, okay. I was like wondering what he said there. I was like,
yeah.
I thought he said blender, and I was like,
I thought
his blender is a serious subject. What's wrong with his blender?
Okay, then, Mr.
I knew when you first said it that's what you thought he said.
You could see the look of confusion.
I know, it was like,
I just thought, yeah, blender. Yeah, that'd be about right.
Just not blending anymore, guys. Oh, it's just not blending anymore.
So while Keith's in the chat, I've had you running all night on the laptop. My desktop PC's got you running on there now as well.
We'll soon have a much reason 4,000
I'll do the same thing when we come off the chat. I'll go on the desktop and I'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just all he was saying was it's all these different labels that people have been given. It's like, is it really necessary?
Oh right, yeah.
Hello,
Just if you rephrase that phrase again, only say it meaning blender instead of gender. It sounds actually pretty funny.
Kate thought you said blender.
You thought I said blender, did you, Kate?
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, he's got blender problems.
How people perceive gender and their role in society and all that.
Yeah.
So there's a whole big kettle of fish. I'm going to do a big topic.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Gail. Thank you.
I've been watching this really interesting program that was on. I've been watching the catch up, but it was on. I can't remember which channel.
I'm just going to adjust my sound a little bit because you're all, for some reason, it's suddenly got awfully bassy.
You sound very.
I was going to say to you,
Someone's got their volume up on their television or something. And
well, we know that. No, it wasn't that. It was just
more than likely me.
There's somebody watching Adventure Time or something like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Sarah.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Let them do what they're doing.
Just as long as it doesn't affect the next live stream with the music in the background or television.
If I go off, it's because I'm waiting for Asda. Wednesday's my shopping day.
I tell you what, I reckon I'm turning into my parents.
Oh God!
Right?
Well, parents. Oh
hey,
my God!
Oh yes, you have, haven't you? Yeah, you see them.
Please don't turn into your dad.
Too late for that. That's where I get. That's where I get a lot of my humour from, mate.
We know.
Right. What was I going to say? No, it's the things now. It's like kids' TV programs that I used to watch. My parents didn't get, and now there's kids' TV programs that my nieces and all the rest of it watch, and I'm like, what the hell is that about? I do not understand.
Like Fireman Sam has a speedboat now.
You're joking.
And that's not even the best part. That's not even the best part. I was on CBeebies with her yesterday, and no joke, Pinku speaks feckin' English.
That kind of defeats the object.
Mimu was his thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was his whole thing is what it was.
No, and now he's like, oh, I've got an iPhone 5. Oh, boopity boopity boop. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what is going on?
You ruined it.
Yes.
He's running with the times. He's bilingual.
Then you get the really stupid things like in the night garden with all their bibbity bobbity bibbity boopy.
Exactly. Like, what the?
Well, that was absolutely crazy. I said to Baz when it came on, it's crazy. You remember years and years, ever since I was a kid, and that's years, that they've had the fairy soap and fairy washing up liquid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They've had the little baby on it. That's their symbol. Well, the little baby's a thug now.
Yeah.
He's got mohawks, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's got a motorbike and all sorts.
Yeah, and knuckle dusters and everything.
Fairy baby into a thug.
It's the sign of the times, Bella.
Yeah. No, do you know the program that used to freak me out though when I was a kid?
What?
Pipkins.
Oh yeah.
See you later. Thanks for dropping by.
You go. Bye.
Bye.
There you go.
Partly hair looked like he'd been run over.
But I mean, it is the sign of the times when like getting the old, the old classics, but they're revamping them and sort of bringing them more up to.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I played the other day on? I found on Spotify. I think it was. But I've still got the original vinyl. It's Spin a Magic Tune. Anyone remember that?
Okay, Bella, I'm really sorry about this. I just can't get this. I can't get this image out of my head. Sorry, Bella.
She's beautiful, isn't she? Though, like, just like, look how terrible I look, but I actually look so amazing that I'm just. You look beautiful.
I still think, even looking like that, she's still beautiful.
I know. I go to bed looking like a slapped arse, and she gets out looking all lovely and windswept. Swear to God. She's like, look at me. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, Bella doesn't need Photoshop to because she's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, I bound to the bed and my mirror reverses itself in fear. Oh God, it's just going to look in here. Don't look back.
I think my mirror, it's a case of looking in and it goes, what the hell did you do to yourself?
And runs away in the opposite direction, Jason.
Yeah, probably. The thing is, I used to be a right skinny tin ribs when I was younger, and then when I moved out and I had to cook my own food and pay for it and all the rest of it, so I couldn't waste anything. It was like, whap.
It all goes downhill when you're by yourself.
I don't have a beer belly. I have a rum gut.
Or as Chopper puts it, a beer keg.
I think it's if you've got something, it's like if I was on my own, if I didn't have Baz, I mean, I plan me dinner. Baz does a lot of the cooking, and we have a dinner every night. But if I was on my own, God, I couldn't be asked. I'd have a sandwich here and a. Just because if you're with somebody, you think more, don't you? Making meals, but I couldn't be asked if I was on my own, honestly. I'd be terrible. I'd be just having a sandwich and a bacon roll and then the rest of it.
Well, the thing is, I used to like cooking a lot, but it's just like, you know, if you spend like 3 hours making a meal when it's gone in 5 minutes, like.
But do you know what I wish they'd do? I wish they'd invent some new foods, like some new flavoured meat or something.
Yeah.
Stuff. You get sick of.
You can ask the Chinese about that.
No, I meant a brand new creature. Not one we've got.
Chris has often said this. He says, well, like as regards to a Sunday roast, you know, whatever you cook, it's got to be in oven 2 hours, and then you've got your potatoes and your vegetables and your Yorkshire pudding. Same as Jason said, within two to 3 minutes, it's gone.
Yeah, well, it would be with Pixie.
Sorry, I tried to beat me up the head with this.
Oh dear. See, that's one thing that he sort of always insists on. It don't matter whether it's lovely and sunny. We always sit down for a Sunday lunch.
You know, I was saying to Baz about that when I first came up here, because I've been here, 11, 12 years. But when I first came, the traditions that used to be down south, and I think I would say the same. The things that used to be down south, like everybody had to have a Sunday roast. It was always, when I was a little girl, we always had a Sunday roast. It was tradition.
Yeah.
But a lot of those traditions are still up here. A lot of people around here will always have a Sunday roast, but that's gone down there. You know, I do a roast on a Wednesday or a Thursday, or, you know, there's no tradition of the Sunday anymore down south.
Well, you see, you see, the thing is as well, Bella, I mean, because we sort of in Yorkshire, I mean, obviously the Yorkshire pudding.
That's right. It's
now what I couldn't get used to when I first moved up here, the Yorkshire pudding, they have that as a starter, but it's a big one.
Yeah.
As a starter.
Yeah, and you know, one of these big Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah. I know things you mean.
Everything inside it. That is what they class as a starter, a giant Yorkshire pudding. They don't have it on the Sunday lunch. No. They have it by itself as a starter.
But isn't that the tradition though? Is roast beef and Yorkshire pudding.
So, but yeah, you know, and I says, well, you know, as far as I'm concerned, where I come from, we have a Yorkshire pudding on a Sunday lunch.
Yeah, we do. That's tradition, isn't it? Think
obviously, it's a Yorkshire pudding, so it originates in Yorkshire. Yeah. So, you know, but and a lot of, like Chris's mum and dad still follow them traditions, and sort of when you're in Yorkshire, you have the Yorkshire pudding separate and you have it as a starter. Now, if that were the case in my case, that'd be all I'd be having because, you know, they are like a giant Yorkshire pudding.
Eat no more.
I couldn't.
I couldn't.
The thing is, my folks, because that's the only time I have sort of a roast is when I'm down at my folks or something like that, and it doesn't matter what meat we're having. They know I like Yorkshire pudding, so they do Yorkshire pudding. It could be chicken, they do Yorkshire pudding.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, say we do, Jason. It don't matter whether it's pork, whether it's beef, whether it's chicken, or what it is. We always have Yorkshire pudding actually with his dinner, even though Chris originates from South Yorkshire. You know, we as a family sit down to a Sunday roast, which includes Yorkshire pudding on your plate with your Sunday roast.
That's lovely stuff. I love Yorkshire pudding.
A lot of the traditions down south have gone. There is a big difference. There is, and I can honestly say because I've lived a long time in both, that there is a north-south divide. There is. It's the south are more. They're more go get it. Let's get up the next step of the ladder. Let's walk all the houses. Great big houses that they can't, you know, they work all day. They're never in them because they have to work all day to pay for them. And, you know, it's and I never understand that mentality.
Do you know what I noticed from being down in the south to going up to the north, right? Because I've got friends that live in Coventry. Yeah, is the how much cheaper it is up north.
It is compared to down here.
Yeah,
a long way.
Yes,
no, I mean, I go out and, you know, when I used to go out drinking with my mates on a Saturday night, I could spend, you know, all right, you have your food and you have the taxi, but I would think nothing of spending £100.
Yeah.
Right? Go up, go to my mates, 40 quid, you know, 40, 50 quid. Because they do things like all the happy hours and stuff, and you get two shots for £1 or something stupid like that. It's like, yeah, get in.
Yeah, but it's also come to the point where people can't afford to go out. If you know,
that's why Lidl's and Aldi and all the other sort of cheaper end of the sort of off licenses supermarkets are selling alcohol so cheap.
Yeah,
buy it and drink it in at home.
Yeah, but the government are trying to stop all this about selling cheap alcohol and you know.
They won't be able to stop it completely because it'll still be done bootleg.
Well, no, I mean, but you know, this is why. See you, Midnight Raven.
See you, Raven.
Bye bye.
You know, this is why a lot of the pubs and everything are closing down because people just cannot afford to go out and drink anymore.
Yeah.
Emily, Emily's just put on the chat because I got it on my phone. She's put bacon sarnie.
Yay! No, I mean, I will go out for an excuse me. I will go out for a meal possibly every couple of weeks or so. But we spend about 15, 20 quid. So we're not spending an awful lot. You know, and I'm not talking about fast food either.
We have takeaway, don't we?
Occasionally, yeah.
I would say a takeaway to us is a treat, if you know what I mean. Well, I mean, we're going back to the football thing yesterday about how much money they paid and whatever.
Yeah.
And I said, well, did you want to try doing what Chris does for £8.50 an hour?
No.
You know what I mean? You can't always afford to do it. And to us, if we've got any spare cash, we do occasionally treat ourselves.
The same as us. Exactly.
You know, I mean, and then we're sort of only talking either McDonald's or, you know, something like that. You know, we don't sort of go out for meals and whatever.
The same as us, isn't it?
You know, I mean, funnily enough, when we was at the funeral, I mean, his dad was about, you know how we went out for the Christmas do with his mum and dad and everything last year?
Right.
You know, I mean, like there's a story behind it. They started inviting us, and then for years and years and years, we never got invited till sort of Chris had had enough, and he says, well, it would have been nice to have been asked, you know.
Yeah.
So sort of because he kicked a stink up about it, last year was the first time in, let's say, about 10, 11 years they'd asked us.
Yeah.
And it was like a dinner dance. Now, you know, that is the first time in about 10 years we've actually done something like that, like a dinner dance that included a meal and whatever.
It's no, but it's just nice to sometimes just go out and, you know, you don't have to do a lot. I mean, I don't drink really much anymore. My mate, I think only one of my friends now really drinks. You know, I'm talking close friends. And yeah, you know, it's Nando's. You know, not don't do like bloody McDonald's or Burger King and that crap. We do spend a little bit of money. You know,
just saying hello to Neil that's just come in.
Hi, Neil.
Hi, Neil.
Right, I've just had a message from Chris. It looks like he's coming home for his lunch. He says he's going to, talking about fast food, he says, I'm going to call it Chippy for a bag of chips.
But, no, you know, it's nice to just go out now and again. I mean, we've done things like, is it Cosmo, the all-you-can-eat buffet things?
No idea. I've never heard of it.
Right, well, £8.50. All right, it's on the week. It's a bit more expensive during the weekends, but £8.50. And okay, it's not the best quality food you've ever had.
Might be your thing.
Right, but it's you know, it's a buffet. You can have what you want, as much as you want. You know, and it's quite good value.
I'm just going to mute myself for 2 minutes while they're going to unlock the front door.
Okay.
Hi, Kentucky. I'm just muting it through.
Hello, Kentucky Kenneth.
The other good one to do is the old Tobury Carvery.
Sort of thing.
That's quite nice.
Oh, racist.
Oh.
Again, it's a similar sort of thing. You know, you pay so much, you get a fair bit of food for your money. It's reasonably cheap. Again, not the best quality you've ever had, but it's you know, it's perfectly edible. It tastes all right.
Food's food.
Get a bit of the old food connoisseur, as it were. No, but we're always looking to try different places.
Yeah.
What are we going to do in Birmingham, Jeanette?
Get bars from everywhere.
She's gone away for a few minutes.
Oh,
She'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, she's gone to jump out the window and let Chris in. Oh no, she's back.
Yeah, I am back.
Yeah, that as well.
I don't know, Bella. It's sort of playing it by ear and what is around us, so to speak.
Oh, if you want to do something in Birmingham that's a hell of a laugh, does anybody like mini golf?
Yes, I don't think.
You know,
I will say, I think because we're not meeting till 12 o'clock, there's not going to be a hell of a lot of time to be sort of doing other activities other than getting to know one another, etc.
All right, fair enough. Because I was going to say they got ghetto golf down in Birmingham, which is a good laugh. It's an adult, right? It's not for anybody under 18, but it's adult.
That shot then, because our Callum's only 15.
I was going to say because they got some funny things like the very sort of elaborate holes. You got the dirty bathroom, and you got I will say it, the gimp hole.
All right, I've just had a leaflet shoved through the door for Iceland. Look, I know.
All right,
all that lot for a tenner.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I'll have to have a look at that.
Hey.
Yeah, but it's only for the day because it's a football feast. The offer will be over in a minute.
Yeah, well, go down, get it.
In England, they come home with their bags all packed and they're all upset and everything.
You don't know.
You don't know.
I don't like football, so I'm just taking the mickey, Bella.
It just says sporting edition, but it don't say it's on for it. It looks like there's onion rings, potato wedges, popcorn chicken coujons, corn on the cob, and pizza.
Oh, there you go, Jason. There's a whole week's menu there for you.
Well, I was going to say that'll probably do me for a while. I like deals like that.
Yeah.
Doing with the co-op as well.
Oh, what it says? Argandorse, lollies, mango and raspberry.
Oh,
Nah.
And then you've got a salted caramel as well.
Yeah.
Oh, the caramel one would be all right.
Yeah, salted caramel or mango and raspberry.
Ice cream is my weakness. I can't get ice cream in because I'd eat the
Oh,
lot.
this thing, it's the football feast for a tenner. It's called an American Family Box, which is the chicken bit.
Yeah.
Wedges, onion rings, corn, and Chicago Town. They look like two
Yes.
deep dish pizzas, but they're not like the full size pizzas. They're like the mini
ones. Yeah, no, I like those. They're nice.
Oh look,
especially the pepperoni one.
Yeah, hey, looking, Ian.
M&M's.
They never send me a leaflet.
How far is your nearest Iceland shop though, Jason?
About a mile and a half away.
M&M's, Balls and Maltesers.
Yeah. All I've got to do is jump on the bus, walk about 5 minutes down the road from the bus station, order it, they'll deliver it. Yeah, if I order over 20 quid.
I've got another one for Ian.
Ice cream month.
Knobbly. I love what you say.
The knobbly bobbly.
The knobbly bobbly.
The knobbly bobbly. Sounds just wrong, doesn't it?
It sounds like one of those children's television programs, like in the Night Garden. The knobbly bobblies living in the night.
Yes.
That's my favourite.
99 flake. I like next to it. Hold it up, Jeanette. Hold it up.
What shop?
It's Iceland.
That's Iceland as well.
I like Kelly's ice cream. Kelly's ice cream is
and this is it's a leaflet that's just been shoved through the door.
I'll tell you what, you want a really nice ice cream, is the Co-op's honeycomb ice cream.
Oh, I love crunchy.
It's that kind of thing, but it's not as sweet as the main crunchy one. So it's not as overpowering.
It's all right. Neil's just said I've just finished work for the football. Don't say that, lol. It's coming home.
but the thing that people they still don't get is about the football's coming home thing. It's not coming home until we know the result.
Well, this is it. I mean,
they're anticipating that it's coming home. It might not. We might not bring football home with us.
I'll tell you what. Right, I know you don't like football, Adam, and that's fair enough. And I'm not massive on it. But if it is England versus France, it's going to be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I don't have an actual problem with it, really, Jason. I just like taking the mickey out.
No, yeah, but it's not something you watch. You don't,
Nomination. I'm sorry for interrupting you. KFC are doing an offer, £5 day.
Oh.
What did you get for that then?
I don't know. Book Combination will probably tell you.
Unfortunately, I've got to work the World Cup tonight.
Oh.
But yeah, I did see it advertised all day today. I don't know whether it's because of the football or what it is, but KFC is £5 all day.
Yeah.
Dang. I could go down in a bit actually. I fancy a KFC. I haven't had one in ages. I'll go and buy a big sort of bucket. And then that'll do me for
I tell you what, they've started doing a massive bucket, haven't they, at $15.99, an extra large bucket or something. I don't know what it's called. See where our Asda is down the bottom.
Yeah.
KFC like directly opposite.
Yeah.
So
I like a family bucket.
But,
no, I miss KFC because I haven't had it in ages.
Oh, I nearly seen up your shorts leg then.
Oh, you want to talk legs? I've actually been wearing shorts.
Oh, go on, Bennett. Adam's flash.
Shorts out.
I don't know if you'll be able to see.
No, we just see more than that, Ian. We nearly seen up your shorts leg.
Oh, that's fine.
Don't ask me and Jeanette to do that. We'll be out for a fortnight.
Ow, that hurt trying to get that up there. I'm not doing that again in a hurry.
I'm going to say if I did that, I'd pull my back out and I'd be laid up for about a fortnight.
Chew your own toenails.
But you see, the good thing about where we actually live is McDonald's just down the road. We've got KFC. So,
Well,
and like literally, on our estate where we live, you just go up the main road and 2 minutes away there's a chippy as well. I think that's the chippy that Chris will.
our chippy's bloody horrible. It's disgusting.
Ian's playing with his pussy.
I am.
Our local.
Meow.
But the one, you know, Just Eat, when you order from that site.
Yeah.
The one we order from Just Eat is lovely, the fish and chips, but the local one to us, which is near the station, that's not nice.
Well, you see the one near us, it seems to go through like phases. You know, one time you'll go and get some chips or whatever, and they like you could flick some off them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And you go probably 3 or 4 weeks later, you know, and they're absolutely perfect. But we don't always, you know, we don't very often go, and it's probably only, you know, some as I say, we just have like a small portion, and a small portion feeds all 3 of us.
Yeah,
you know, because I sort of only have about half a dozen because I can't eat no more than that.
Cantilever chippy's good, Bella.
What?
Cantilever chippy.
Where's
That's a nice
that?
chippy. You know Cantilever Bridge by Latchford Village?
Oh, yeah, Bo says he knows it.
The little hut.
Yeah, it's on the hill.
Yeah, that's the one. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Well, shall I tell you where we went? And I thought it were really, really expensive. But it's a good job we didn't have to pay. And it last February, because his dad's birthday and his Chris's nephew, the birthdays is on the same day, on 7th February. But it weren't this year, it was last year. It was 21st. And we went to TGI Fridays at Meadow.
Oh, blimey. Yeah.
Expensive.
When I see menu, I was going, huh?
Oh, do you know, just be grateful you didn't go to TFGI.
But yeah.
TFI.
And sort of, his mum and dad are split up. So his dad paid off, and Chris's dad paid off, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The one I like going to, we got one down in Ocean Village in Southampton. Right, it's expensive, but it's bloody worth it. Steak of the art.
Oh.
Yeah, 25 quid for a rump steak, for a ribeye.
But you know, I mean,
Lovely.
I think Chris had the steak. I think, what did I have? It was something I just had like a kid's portion. But yeah, I mean, sort of what Chris, you know, and sort of they would like come and said, oh, do you want a refill? Do you want a drink? We were just all on Coke because obviously Chris were driving.
Jeanette, I've got a quick message for you from Kate and to everyone. She gives apologies at the moment. She'll try and reconnect in about 10 minutes, but at the moment she just keeps throwing up.
Oh dear.
We're not missing you anyway, Kate. Don't worry about it, love.
Get yourself sorted out. All right, look after yourself first and foremost.
Well, what it is, Jason, she's got something called CVS, which is chronic vomiting syndrome.
God blimey.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, it comes in like waves. You know, she'll be all right 1 minute, and then like the next minute she's like vomiting all the time.
Oh, bless her.
It's like a stomach condition, you know, and she was in the hospital a few weeks ago because she just couldn't stop being sick, and she got that dehydrated, you know. You know, and she goes through these phases where, you know, for a little while she'll be all right, and then
it's funny the conditions like that, you know, because you know, well, it reminds me I've got to take my tablets. I haven't had them this morning.
Tut, naughty
My hiatus hernia.
I take mine first thing in the morning because we get up at 6 o'clock, and the first thing I do, we make a coffee, and I have all my tablets, you know.
Yeah, it's probably got to get into the routine of it. But no, it's you know, like with my eyes, yeah, they can be fine one day, and then I wake up another day and they're blurry. I'm getting weird visual disturbances. I've got things, you know, in my peripheral vision, and it's like what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
You get days like that, you just don't feel like doing anything.
You know, it's like everything, same as I say. I mean, I've got chronic arthritis, and you know, I take 10 tablets in the morning, and then I haven't stopped there because I have to, like, since my weight loss surgery, I have to take one of them every morning in case each size of them.
Yeah, I know.
It's like basically all the vitamins and everything that I need for my body to function, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Then who is here now?
Right.
Oh, here comes trouble.
I have two. That one, got to take that one.
Guess what?
Yeah.
Hey! Guess what?
Hello, Chris.
Hey!
How much did you give him this morning? Just give him a pound.
Yeah, you'll have to scroll up for a second.
Yeah.
So much money.
It's all right.
Muppet.
That's it's my fault because I usually put his money in his wallet.
Some chips.
That's why I will ring them.
Chips, yes, please, Pixie.
Anybody want a chip butty?
Jibbity chips. Jibbity chips.
Go, because I've just had a notification as this is outside.
Okie dokie then, Bella. Thank you for joining us. Always lovely to see you.
Bye.
Bye, Bob.
Bella bing bong, bing bong, Bella bing bong, bing bong. Bella.
I'm waiting for you to start breaking into that bloody chipmunk song again.
Uh-huh.
No, but I've got tablets, but I have to take. Right, I've got to take that first of all in my left eye.
Yeah.
Then I've got to put that one in both eyes. Then I've got to put that one in my left eye.
No, sorry.
That's happy, it's hot. Right, and then I've got blether wipes to clean the eye with.
Yeah.
Oh, and before I can do any of that, I've got to put a warm compress on my eye for 30 seconds.
I just had to say my epileptic tablets, which is Epilum.
I'm on Epilum, but not for epilepsy. But not for epilepsy.
Oh yeah, I'm on Epilum for epilepsy.
I have to take them because they work also they also work for bipolar, which is.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
I was one of the first kids to actually have Epilum.
Well, funnily enough,
on the sorry.
You know the gabapentin. That's something to do with epilepsy as well.
It is, yeah. They do. It's an anti. They also use it as an anti. It's also a bit of an anti-epileptic as well, yeah. And also, Ian, are you on the enteric coated ones or are you on the other ones?
Mine are like purpley coloured, about this big.
I know mine. They all are purpley coloured, but are yours are the slow release ones or?
Yeah.
Oh no, mine are the other ones. Mine are the round ones, the enteric coated, which.
Weird shit, the big little blocks things, which
I'm on the round circle.
Do you know what annoys the crap out of me with these medications though? Is when you get them from the pharmacy, you don't always get them made by the same people.
Yeah.
Right? I went to my mum.
Always said I have to have my Epilum.
Yeah. I went to my mum and dad's a while back, and I thought I'd picked up a box of omeprazole for my Pilates hernia and a box of fluoxetine for my antidepressants. Right? Well, they'd only gone and changed the bloody box for the omeprazole, so I ended up taking 2 boxes of that. So for about a week, I was without any antidepressants.
I have them, Jason.
Yeah, yes, that's the ones. Yeah.
Because you get the other medications, you get a generic, and then you also get the actual. They've got 2 types. They're usually manufactured ones. You get the
and they change the colour of the capsules as well.
Oh, they do. Yeah, if they're made by
different. Bloody annoying. Because you think, hang on, which ones have I taken?
It depends.
See, I've got a vitamin D deficiency now. Well,
yeah.
They like for a vitamin D deficiency.
Oh.
At the moment, I only really take 2 tablets. I take my Epilum and I take my cholesterol tablet.
Yeah.
Neil Coulson says all this talk of food, I'm away from scram.
But no, it's like, you know, the amount of tablets and everything you take is a case of shake, rattle and roll, isn't it? You know,
well, Christoph often says to me, he says it's a wonder with all tablets you take, you don't rattle.
Yeah.
My
exactly.
friend Abigail, she takes like, you know, must be about 50 tablets a day, near enough, because she has to take so many different because of her brain tumors and stuff.
Well, you see, I have to take a cholesterol tablet, even though I don't have high cholesterol.
That's why you don't have high cholesterol.
But the thing is, I had this blood test, and you know how they check your sugar levels, etc., diabetes and whatever.
Yeah.
It was actually going on holiday last year, and I got a phone call actually going down in the car, and they says, well, your cholesterol test come back all right. You weigh well below the 5 point wherever it is that you know,
yeah,
you're supposed to be. It says, but you add all these numbers up, and I didn't quite understand. It's supposed to equate to 10%, but mine was sort of 10.5%. And considering your age, you're at more risk of
it's a preventative.
Yeah, and she said to me, she says, "Now you don't have to take it." She says, "But considering your age, etc., I would highly recommend that you take this anti-cholesterol thing." Yeah. And same as you said, just as a preventative method.
Yeah.
You know,
well, eating stuff like that don't help.
Yes, but same as I say, we don't very often have this.
No, I'm messing with you. It's nice. It's nice to have something a bit different, you know. And
well, yeah, and as they say, Jason, what a little bit of what you fancy does you good every now and again.
Morning technical channel. Remember,
be nice.
If there's anything, no, we're not doing that. Thank you, technical.
What, is it being obscene or something?
No, he always comes in and says, "I follow you. Will you follow me?" Basically.
Ah, right, yeah.
Every single time. Yeah.
Sub community. We are a community of like-minded.
Yeah, but same as I said, it won't matter so much if he came and
chatted.
Actually, did subscribe to you, but I don't. I'll say it.
Or even interact with the chat.
Yeah, he does that and then goes.
I started coming on because it was a case of I hadn't been on before. I'd heard about the coffee mornings, if you will, and I thought that sounds a bit of a laugh. Why not?
Well, you see,
know,
this
I didn't do it for subbing or anything.
This is the thing. This is the whole aim of the coffee morning, is to get everybody talking, to get everybody.
Yeah, not make just exactly YouTube followers, but actually real friends. You know,
yeah.
You know, the real.
I mean, you know, I know there's some of you that I'll probably never ever get to meet, but you know, doing this is still good. You know, it's still fun.
You see, Gail, Random Life Productions, same as she said, tuning into my coffee morning, and it's like coming home. You're talking to real people.
Yeah.
Keeping it real.
Yeah.
Yep. But you know, I don't, because most of my mates work during the day. I don't get to sort of do all that much. You know, I do my YouTube videos. I'm getting back into doing bits and pieces with music and whatnot. But you know, yeah. A lot of the time, it's just like, what do I do with myself?
Well, this is it. This is it.
I should be doing housework this morning, but it's like,
oh, sod housework.
Yeah, I know. It does need doing, though.
An excuse, Jason, not to do your housework.
Basically, yeah. I'm being a lazy I'm being a lazy basket. No, it will get done. It's just I'm terrible for doing housework. Don't like doing it.
I have to do it. Fortunately, my house is small, so it doesn't take too much.
Well, my house is small, but I've got a lot of crap in it.
So have I, but I used to be really crap at keeping it tidy, but now I actually do, on the whole, manage to keep it tidy.
Yeah. It depends. I go through phases of where I'm quite good at it. Other times I'm just like,
I'm exactly the same, Jason.
Can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Until you run out of dishes.
You know, if I've got the energy, I'll go through arse like a whirling dervish. But then I get up some mornings, I think, I look and I think, oh, sod it.
Well, it's like stupid things, right? I've got a dishwasher, but anybody that's got one knows really you have to put the dishes into soak first, really, to get the main stuff off. because some of the really ground stuff of the dishes won't come off with the dishwasher. So you're doing that. You're putting them in. You're putting in the washing up liquid. You're putting them in the soak. All the rest of it, piling it up. Da 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 da. Within about 5 or 10 minutes, my back starts hurting.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to go and sit down again.
Well, you see, what I tend to do is I've got like a computer chair.
Yeah.
So while I wash the pot sitting, because we don't have the luxury of having a dishwasher.
Yeah.
You know, you're basically looking at it.
Yeah. Well, I've only got one because my mum and dad bought me one.
And it's like me vlogs as well. If you notice in all my vlogs, I'm sat down in them because I can't stand for very long.
Yeah. Well, I can't sit for too long, especially at a computer. I've got to get up and stretch and.
It's like you do what you can when you can, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah. And at the moment I've got a knot right in between my shoulder blades. It won't shift. Oh,
but I've had trouble with this left shoulder for years and years and years. I've had injections and you name it.
Yeah. Well, I've got to go and see the doctor again in November and get another injection.
So, but like these past couple of days, it's like all here in my collarbone as well.
I'll tell you what, we don't all sound like a bunch of whinging gits, don't we?
Well, we are though. We are a bunch of hypochondriacs.
Oh yeah, well I'll tell you what, because my mum, both my mum and dad works in the health service. I get something wrong with me, and my mum was like, "Oh, get this checked out just in case you got." So I was like, "Oh, fuck." Shut up, Mum. Got enough to worry about as it is.
I'm gonna say, don't tell me that, Mum. Don't you think I've got enough wrong with me already?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, just no, shush. That's funny though.
Well, Nick says he suffers with OCD, but yeah, you know, it's.
I do sometimes, not always. But that's part of my bipolar anyway.
But if you suffer from OCD, you suffer from it, if you know what I mean. And there's not really a lot you can do about it.
I think the only OCD thing I've got is if I get like insect bites or a spot or something, I've got to scratch it.
I'm like that.
Yeah. So I've got like, you know, where I've got marks all over my legs and arms where I've had things and scars and that. I can't leave them alone.
Well, the thing is with me, Jason, I'm saying if I've got a bite, I'm sat there like this.
Yeah.
Till it makes it raw, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I made them bleed. You know, it's stupid because you shouldn't do it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, but you can't help yourself from doing it, can you?
It's a piddly little mark to start with, and then you just end up making it worse. Thankfully, I've left my foot alone where I stood on a bit of glass.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. No, it's pretty much healed now. If I left them, they'd be healed within a few days, you know, but I don't.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, I only went for a blood test, and this is nearly 3 weeks ago, and I've still got, can you see, like, little bit of bruise still there?
Yeah.
And that's how bad our bruise was, and that were like from 3 weeks ago.
My mum's like that. She bruises really easily now. I mean, she's in her 70s, bless her, so, you know, it's not that surprising.
Oh,
but it's very frustrating for her.
Yeah, Nick says, I went through a stage of everything had to be bleached, woodwork, walls, door handles, etc. All had to be bleached.
Like a bit of bleach.
That reminds me of a Harry Enfield sketch where he's with his wife and they got a new kid. And the dad's there as well. And every time it's like, hands! And he's got to use hand sanitizer every 5 seconds.
Yeah, but I mean, sort of, you can have OCD and then you can have like severe OCD when it is severe. And like, I mean, they're doing like something in Coronation Street now where the Craig has got to like, you know, turn key so many times and turn gas knob so many times, you know. And it sort of brings awareness to these sort of things that they do exist, you know. And
I'm going to be I'm going to be a little bit rude here. I won't go into details, but have you, any of you, seen Sons of Anarchy?
No, I've heard of it. I've seen it advertised. Yeah.
Right. I won't go into too much detail, but there's a man there that has an obsessive compulsive disorder. Yes, and the people get so fed up with it that they end up lobbing his hands off. So he can't do it anymore.
Fair enough. I don't have that problem. I just do it myself anyway.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's something that's part of life.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's you know, when all's said and done, it is like a mental illness.
Yeah.
Not to label anybody.
OCD is included in the mental health.
Yeah.
It is.
You know, it is when all's said and done a mental illness.
It is possible to break the cycle, though.
Oh yes, you can. It can be. Well, it can be broken.
Same as Nick says, it's not as bad as it was.
Yeah.
It's still it's always going to be there. I mean, you can't say.
Jeanette, I'm off, love. See you later.
Okay, then. See you later.
I probably won't be too. I probably won't be too much longer myself because I've got some more stuff to do. No, it's my brother-in-law. He used to have a thing about cleaning, and my nephew, being the thoughtful lad that he was, he would help out around the house by doing stuff, and my brother-in-law would get in a right mood because he was planning to do it himself.
Mm.
This compulsion to clean things.
Yeah. Equinox says my OCD was as bad as Craig's at one point.
Yeah.
And it's one of the traits of bipolar.
It is, because I have OCD tendencies, not all the time, but there are certain parts when I'm ill, when I'm completely obsessed with having to have everything clean, to wash my hands all the time. And then there's other times when I'm with my bipolar where I don't actually notice any of the dirt, the dust.
See, I will say this for you, Adam. Yeah, right. And I mean this is the nicest possible way, mate. Right? You do have another compulsion.
What's this? What, Jason? What you can
buying anything and everything you can get your hands on at times.
My bipolar, my impulse control. I do have that. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, from looking at it sort of from a person that sort of doesn't have OCD, it doesn't matter how much counselling or anything that you can get or what medication you get, that's still going to be there in the back of your mind, no matter what.
In the end, it's only really yourself.
And basically, the counselling can only help you control it, not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's down to you, to try and combat it the best you can.
Yeah.
Sort of. Was that you farting then?
No, that must have been very good. It is what it is. With any of these things,
it's like everything else. I mean, like gambling's an addiction.
Things are an addiction, and
drugs are an addiction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you're an alcoholic, you're always going to be an alcoholic.
Yeah, you're a recovering alcoholic. You're still an alcoholic. Exactly.
Yeah.
At the end
because
of the day,
you only have to find yourself in a difficult situation. One sip of drink and that's it.
Yeah. And it's same with all addictions or like OCD or whatever. They can give you the coping mechanisms to help you cope, but you're never gonna. It's like an alcoholic. If once an alcoholic, you're always an alcoholic. Once a drug addict, you're always a drug addict because, same as Jason said, the slightest little thing can send you back to that.
Yeah. It's I'll tell you that one thing I wish I could come off.
Or Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay, if I don't have, because I don't drink coffee, yeah, if I don't have at least a Pepsi a day, I will get real bad headaches.
Yeah.
All up here.
But
Yeah.
having said that, I mean, it's like a withdrawal symptom
Well,
from
yeah.
Coca-Cola, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, but I'm definitely addicted. Like, definitely addicted.
Oh yeah, and Nick says it might sound daft, but he has to have the volume on an even number.
Yeah, sometimes people have to have them on an even number. Sometimes people always have to have them on an odd number. You know, it's different people's quirks, different people.
Yeah.
They have to. I actually, doesn't worry me, as long as I can hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know what I mean? I mean, sort of Nick says, oh, this might sound daft, but to a person that suffers from OCD, it isn't daft, if you know what I mean. I mean, we all understand, you know, what you
I was watching about the like people that Tourette's, yeah, and how they deal with it. It's quite an old episode now, but there was one with Russell Howard. And there was a young lady on there, and it wasn't just swearing. It was like she go biscuit. That was one of her tics.
Yeah.
Right, and then obviously she say some like really outlandish thing, you know, about sheep or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, people see sort of such as them and think they're being naughty or they are to control whatever.
No.
Hello.
She said it is funny.
Oh, hello, Vicky.
Hello, Vicky.
Hello.
No, she said, you know, the woman said, you know, it is funny, right? And she said, you know, I'd be offended if people didn't laugh at it, right? But it's just the way she's choosing to deal with it.
That's it. WrestleMania.
Just ask Vicky something quickly.
Rocky dog.
How did you have a bad night because of your neighbours and everything, Vicky, or are you all right?
It wasn't my neighbors. It's just a lot of stuff.
I thought your neighbour had a problem, and that's what you told us last night. A medical thing.
Well, yeah, my neighbor, she's going through, like, they think she's got liver failure, and she's just was really bad yesterday. She was had flu-like symptoms and stuff like that, and whatever. But she's doing, like, her fever's gone down and stuff, so they didn't take her to the hospital. But yeah, she's okay.
Oh, good.
You're right. Are you just tired, or you just seem a bit out of sorts?
Yeah, no. I had a bad night otherwise, so yeah. I won't. But right now, I don't want to bring the chat down. So.
You know, you can message me, Vicky, if you need to talk.
I will. I'll probably either live messenger you or hang out too, if you don't mind after.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, guys. Like, I appreciate.
That's fine, Vicky.
Right.
Not everyone can be, you know, chipper and happy all of the time and everything.
It's just like us showing a bit of concern and, you know.
Yeah. Make sure you're right, man.
Like I've said to you, if you want to chat anytime, just let me know.
Yeah, Arian's trying to cheer you up. He says, I leave and my crush comes on the panel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? On one note, I watched Trollbuster's video last night, and I do, however, think I know who Trollbuster is.
Ooh.
Yes.
Am I allowed to message Trollbuster, or
you can message Trollbuster on Facebook, and then they'll either tell you yes, I am that person, or I'm not that person.
Okay.
But it says
it won't matter it won't matter, Vicky. It won't matter because you're not coming over to the meet. So
yeah, but I mean, basically they're saying like to not divulge who it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I won't do that.
If you want, you can ask me you can speak to me because I know he's my friend. So you can always message me with the name, and I can say yay, nay, or not.
I'm still trying to figure out if it's someone I know or not. Or if I've even spoken to him.
Well, it's not. Well, one thing we can definitely say, it's not Mr. Peanuts Gaming.
No, I know that.
Yeah. No, because I watched the video and I looked at each one of the clues, and I kind of, couple of things really made sense to me. So yeah,
it does say something about the cryptic or something, don't they? I forget what it says now. Oh, Ian's worked it out as well, he says.
Yeah.
Hi,
Ian.
Yeah.
Bella's still working on it.
Yes.
I'm afraid, folks, I must away. I've really got to get on with stuff and I've got to have some lunch.
Okay, Jason.
So,
okay, then, Jason. We're not going on for much longer.
Yeah. I hope you feel better soon, Vicky. All right, you look after yourself.
Bye, Jason.
I'll speak to you later, Jason.
See you,
what is it? What's today?
It's Wednesday today.
Yeah.
We said we might go live later after the football, didn't we? To celebrate Aiden's birthday.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes. Okay. Yeah, if I'm about, then yeah, by all means.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Even if you're not, I'll just
Jason.
And wind you up.
See you later, folks. Take care now. If I can find the button. Where's it gone? There it is. See you later. Bye.
So
how's Carter and everybody doing? Are they?
Well, they went with their aunt yesterday to go swimming again, so that was really nice. I'm on my own. Sean was not here either, so yeah. So I was by myself, so it was nice.
It says, can we call this the early stage of pregnancy illness?
Yeah.
Well, you see, thing is, Ian, I've sailed through it, you see.
Yeah.
Even at my age.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome, Jason.
Take care. Bye, Jason.
Yeah.
So the boys still in bed. Oh, they're not there, you said.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, they're here now. They came home late. They were both like really tired. And they come in the door and they're like, "Hi, Mom." Oh my gosh, they're like exhausted. So they went to bed. But they're still in bed now. Even me, I didn't go to sleep until like 3:30 this morning.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, they're doing okay. They're good.
Good.
Yeah.
Kate had to go off because she was you got the CVS playing up again.
Uh-oh.
So she was on, but she had a little
dash.
Yeah.
Episode.
Yeah. Oh boy. Hope she's okay.
Yeah, I messaged her and she says basically it just came out of nowhere and that's why she dropped off.
Yeah.
So I gotta say I was actually a bit late. It was about 10:30 when I was struggling a little bit this morning. I got up and I all bunged up and my nose and my eyes and got a bad head and
my eyes water something fierce and they burn with my allergies. I wake up and my nose is like really stuffed up and stuff like that.
That's exactly how I wear face.
Big time, Nick. Big time. I can go through that. Can be days where and all my life I've only ever really managed like 4 or 5 hours sleep in the normal way, even when I'm not ill. I've always been bad sleeper. Because I didn't go to bed till gone 3 o'clock this morning, and then I was up again at 6.
I loved Bella's picture though yesterday. That kind of put a little smirk on my face yesterday was seeing that.
Yeah, we sort of commented on it this morning. Oh, Ian says his hay fever's not too bad today, but he's on 2 tablets a day. I keep saying that I'm going to double up on mine, but you get into a ritual where I take all my tablets first thing in the morning and I forget.
Yeah.
But you know, as I was saying earlier on, Vicky, I've had my shoulders all been playing up. It's all like feels like all in my collarbone and everything today.
Yeah.
So
I was really bad last night. I was just pain from head to toe last night. I don't know what it was, but anyways.
Ian says he's doubled up on mine the last few days. It's working for me. Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to try that myself, actually.
Yeah.
And as I say, I mean, actually before I started the broadcast, Adam came on before I actually started the broadcast, and I says, I'm feeling really rough this morning. I'm like you, I'm all bunged up.
You do sound better than you did first thing.
Yeah. So as I say, when I first came, you know, before we actually went live, I did sound, I mean, and Adam will vouch for, I sounded as rough as a butcher's dog.
Oh, wow.
But, you know, I've sort of had my coffee and whatever, and I'm not as bad, but so hopefully within the next few days, Adam, you will be meeting up with Mr. Eagle VP.
Let's hope so, yes.
Oh, he says, Nick says the joys of bipolar.
Exactly.
Most he's gone for his 4 days without sleep. Not good, mate.
I've done longer than that with it in the past when I've been really bad.
Oh, Ian says he's doing a live afterwards.
Ooh. Right, everyone run away. We don't want
going to give it a shot. Well, it'd be nice to see Ian doing a live.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be there.
Then we can all come and bombard him and say, can we come on the panel, please?
Oh, dear. Well, I'll give it till past.
Once you finish, Jeanette, I'm going to have to get on. I'm going to take the dog for a nice long walk to calm him down and make him tire him out.
All right. I want to say I'll not be going on for much longer anyway, because
I don't mind how long. I'm quite happy at the moment still.
Yeah, well, I'll give it till about past, and then
yeah, fine.
You know, I'll close it down, and that'll give him time to set his what's-imaging up, and because you know, in all honesty, I was sort of pondering whether or not to go live.
I thought you were.
Yeah. Is that was the reason why, and I couldn't get myself motivated. That was the thing.
Yeah.
I sort of sat pondering now, should I go live? I sound as rough as anything. Should I go live? And I thought, well, what if Vicky's got up especially, and everybody, you know, people waiting.
You become everyone relies on you in the end, don't they?
Well, this is it. And I'm sort of person I don't like letting people down. I know, you know, we talk about crap half the time. You know what I mean?
And what I'm going to do, I am going to do this. I've got it set up, but I am going to start this new sort of Sunday morning, late morning, coffee morning thing. And I'm going to call it Bossman Sins with a Z. Confessional time, not really, but coffee morning with a confession or two.
Yeah.
So
are you going to be going 24 hours then? Because there's an awful lot of people on here who've got a lot of sins to confess.
It might depends. We'll have to see. We do it from a sort of 11 a.m. You know, about 11 a.m.
As the norm. I mean, I don't usually do the coffee morning on Saturdays and Sundays.
No.
But for some, you know, with the football and everything, and I thought, well, I'll just sort of do a little impromptu one, and you know, so some, as I say, as a rule, I don't actually do on Saturdays and Sundays, because that is the only 2 days that Chris gets off, you see.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, so and I'm quite looking forward to the Birmingham meet, where we'll be able to all live stream together.
That's going to be amazing. Can't wait to do that.
You know what I mean? I mean, everybody will be sort of trying to live stream, you know, at the same time. Can you imagine that? I mean, folks that's not going to the meet will say, now, whose channel should I go on? You see, that's one of the things that what Chris wants to do. He wants to sort of send the drone up and actually get a shot of us all together, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Be awesome to do that.
That's a good idea, actually.
You know, but it's obviously, with it being in the city centre, it's there's certain areas what they call no-fly zones, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's whether or not you know, he's going to be able to pull it up, and same as he says, it's just a matter of sort of sending it up, everybody sort of going yay, you know, all together, and then bringing it back down.
What's the weather like there today? Because it's not as warm today out here.
It's glorious.
And it's windy. It's windy.
I mean, if I take camera around, this is towards the. Can you see the sun coming through the window? So it's not too bad. It's not
supposed to get hotter again over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, so. they did say it was going to like above 30. It said over the weekend.
Yeah, it's 20. It's actually 13 degrees here right now. So
but
it's not
what time is it there at the moment, Vicky?
7:26.
All right, I've got
a more normal sort of time to be actually talking and communicating instead of like 5:30 like you normally are.
I've got a glass coaster and my cup stuck to it.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
So, but it goes with the clang with it being glass.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, everybody's looking forward to it, Emily. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's sort of getting that actually to meet the people in person, if you know what I mean.
And also the interesting, how nervous you are, because you talk to them on here, but then actually meeting them in the flesh, are they exactly how you imagine them to be? Because you see them sitting down and, you know, on live streams and stuff, and then you actually meet them in person. Are they exactly how you picture them? Are they taller than you?
Yeah, this is the thing. But
are they?
You know, I mean, it's you know, I'm no different sort of when you meet me to what I am now, sort of thing. But I mean, and Gail's the same. I mean, because Gail's been here, Keith's the same. You know what I mean? Is
exactly.
Nick says, baby. Nick says he thinks you'll struggle to get the drone up. Birmingham very built up. So, some say
she'll be all right with it.
It was just an idea of just sending it up, taking a shot of everybody, and then bringing it back down. Oh, Nick says he's looking forward to meeting the Trollbuster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll be very pleased to meet you as well, Nick. It's okay. Oh shit! I've told you who the Trollbuster. Shit. Sorry, everyone. I know I wasn't supposed to tell you that I'm the Trollbuster. I'm sorry. Keep spilling the beans. Damn.
I'm going to say you've let the cat out of the bag now.
Again.
Yeah.
What's your mouth out with so?
Okay, I'll do that afterwards.
Yeah. So how's the hubby doing, Jeanette?
He's all right. He's just come home for lunch. He's over there, tinkering away on the computer as normal.
Unsociable bugger. Come and say hello properly, the unsociable bugger.
He did. He waved his chips at us.
I know, but that's not himself.
Thanks. No, I'm just kidding.
It's all right. He called it the chip shop. Anything for an easy life. So I've been trying to contact him all morning because Callum is at college today for the taster thing. Now, normally we give him like lunch money and bus fare money because he has to catch the bus to school and back. Now, he says to me today, he says, because I'm at college, I need you to do me a packed lunch. Because apparently they only get half an hour when they're at college for lunch. So he says, I need you to do me a packed lunch. So we put his bus money on the table. Now, normally I'd put it straight in his wallet. So I was doing what I got to do this morning, came here and I looked and I went, oh, crap. His bus money was still on the table.
Oh, no.
But Callum had sort of, because he's not in his uniform, he'd got concerns that the bus driver might question him about his age, because obviously, you know, he's a big lad. So Chris had actually gave him an extra £1. So it'd get there, but he can't get back because his bus money's still here. But they've got like,
say you'll have to ring school.
yeah. After this live stream, I'm going to have to ring school up and say, well, look, you know, we did a bit of a boo-boo. I didn't give him his bus fare. It got enough on him to get to school, but I don't think he's got enough to get back. But they're all right. I mean, you know, he lost some money sometime, and he just went to the office. They give him the actual money to get home, and then the next day when he goes in, he just goes back to the office, repays it back, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, and I was trying to contact Chris all morning, saying, how much did you give him when you gave him that money this morning? And when he came in at lunch, he says, I only gave him £1.
Uh-oh.
So,
you're working from 2 till 4 because of the football.
Oh.
Oh.
So
that's
it, you know.
Hey, Chris finishes at 4 anyway, so he's all right.
Yeah.
When does the football start? Is it 7 or something?
7, I think. I think it's 7 o'clock. I'm not sure.
Deep Joy, I'll be making sure I'm not doing. I'll be on YouTube doing a live stream or something at 7, so I don't have to get involved. But all the people who don't follow it, they can come and join me.
Right, I'm going to shut it down.
Okay, Jeanette.
I'm going to give this school a quick ring, Vicky. So if you wanted to talk to me after that, you know.
Absolutely.
So, you know, sort of just
give me coffee morning, Jeanette, and hosting it as always. You are very kind.
Yes. I want to thank everybody that's been on the panel: DJ Ian, Kate, Bella, Vicky, Jason, and of course Adam, and everybody in the chat. And I thank you, and I'll see you in the morning.
Bye.
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 Bye, Chris.